Well, Secretary Hillary Clinton is calling in the attack dog. Senator Elizabeth Warren likes to verbally punch Donald Trump right in the nose, and today in her first campaign trail appearance with Secretary Clinton, Senator Warren did just that.
Donald Trump says he'll make America great again. It's right there. No, it's stamped on the front of his goofy hat. When Donald Trump says great, I ask, great for who exactly? Yeah. For millions of kids struggling to pay for an education, for millions of seniors barely surviving on Social Security, for families that don't fly to Scotland to play golf.
But Donald Trump, known for not just taking punches, but firing back on Twitter. Crooked Hillary is wheeling out one of the least productive senators in the U.S. Senate, goofy Elizabeth Warren, who lied on heritage. The on-the-record political panels back from the Washington Post, Aaron Blake, and from The Hill, A.B. Saturday. A.B., first, I know you have children. If your children acted like this, if they were calling someone saying a goofy hat and liars, what would you do?
Well, that's not the question this election season.
Okay, all right, now tell me what you think.
I think that what's interesting about the Elizabeth Warren thing is that, you know, everyone says, oh, she's so exciting, she's being vetted for VP. Clinton's not going to pick her for VP because she's getting this for free. I mean, she's going to appeal to the Bernie Sanders people. She's going to attack Donald Trump. She's going to build a national network for herself for the future. She doesn't need to be picked for VP. And Hillary gets to sort of have this super progressive hero in her ranks, and she's going to make these appearances with her, but it's this tease about how they're going to end up on the ticket together, I think is not remotely near the truth.
I'm really doubtful, too. Two things here. I think Elizabeth Warren makes a ton of sense if Hillary Clinton was tied with Donald Trump in the polls or behind, and she really wanted to create some excitement factor, really wanted to kind of throw a wild card into this race. That's not how Clinton operates. She's big on loyalty. Warren hasn't always been terribly loyal to her. The other big thing here is the big upside of picking Elizabeth Warren is bringing the Bernie Sanders supporters into the Clinton camp. If there was a big concern about that happening, maybe she does pick Warren. Washington Post ABC News poll just this weekend came out, showed only 8% of Sanders backers going for Trump in the general election, 80% of them going for Clinton, which is basically the same crossover as in 2008. The rallying effect happened quickly. There's not as much concern about losing Bernie Sanders supporters. I don't really see the reason why she would pick Elizabeth Warren at this point.
Well, I guess I asked you that sort of the question about how you would treat children. I guess that I was pretty juvenile this morning. Here's what I tweeted when I saw the two of them campaigning together. Here's my tweet. I said the dress code color memo was red with that little smile. They both were wearing the Democratic blue, but they were dressed the same. But that's pretty juvenile and non-substantive.
But you know what? When they were in Unity, New Hampshire, Obama and Hillary, she was in a similar blue suit, and he was in a similar blue tie. So I actually think it's purposeful.
So, look at us all wearing pink here, by the way. We all got the memo, apparently.
My memo is whatever is closest to the closet door from the cleaners. All right, so who does she pick?
You know, I still think that she will surprise. I mean, I think Donald Trump's campaign keeps promising everyone, nervous Republicans, that he's going to pick, you know, someone who knows Washington, and it's just a list of 6 people. I think she could still pull out some admiral or general and shock us all. But she keeps talking. I mean, her campaign continues to talk about Senator Tim Kaine of Virginia because he was a governor and he has experience and he'd be ready to be vice president, which Elizabeth Warren would not be. But I really think that she's going to end up shocking us.
Trump.
For Trump,
yeah.
Trump's vice president, you've got to look at Jeff Sessions, Bob Corker, Newt Gingrich. Some of those guys are in the mix. His vice president's going to be so much more unpredictable than Hillary. I think Hillary has all the reason in the world to go with somebody like Tim Kaine. You never know until the decision's actually made, but Tim Kaine is the safe pick here. He's a guy who they know what they're getting, and I think that if they feel good about where they are, she goes with him. Here's
my wild guess just tonight on Trump. Either picks Newt Gingrich, who knows Washington inside and out, or he picks Governor Mary Fallin, because then between now and November, not that she's going to bring him votes, but he's not going to get attacked on the women's stuff between now and November. Either one, and she, of course, used to be in Congress, and now she's a governor. But
they're both contenders.
That's just my guess tonight. Tomorrow night I'll change my mind. Very fickle on this. Anyway, Aaron, A.B., thank you both.
Thank you.